Hi, this is Kristy with Guidepost Wellness. How are you doing today? I wanted to talk to you today about Chapter 3 in the Mindless Eating book, some great strategies and things that are here. And one thing in this one is called Surveying the Tablescape. It really does go back to the same themes about the size of the container and that we eat by volume versus eating by satiety and things like that. So what he emphasized again in this chapter is that people eat 20 to 25% more food when we use a larger package, whether it's a larger package of spaghetti that we're cooking. He used several examples of giving folks half-pound bag of M&M versus 1 pound bag. People ate more that were given the 1 pound bag. It's a repeat theme from the stale popcorn because the people that were given the large buckets of popcorn ate more. And the thing that's interesting is that this phenomenon actually also carries over into non-consumables, or non-edibles, things like shampoo, soap, even dog food. So that could be helping to explain why we have such an epidemic of obese pets too, is if we are bulk buying like a lot of Americans do, then we could also be serving our pets too much food, just like we do ourselves. Sorry, ants on my blanket. And the thing that also applies here is your tableware, glasses and plate sizes and bowls. So he did several experiments with adults, children, and even bartenders that are going to pour the same amount over and over when they're mixing drinks, that if you have a tall glass and you have a short glass, but they both hold the exact same amount of fluid, that we're going to consume more in the tall glass, which I think is really interesting. And that's an easy fix where you can just, replace your short fat glasses with tall skinny ones. The other thing that was really interesting, and I love this one because I love ice cream of all types, is it doesn't matter how educated you are. This phenomena with the volume impacts everybody. He did an experiment with ice cream of all things and nutrition scientists and PhD students. So you would think that if they study nutrition and science and around food all the time, that they would understand that there's this potential for eating too much, or the volume issues. And it didn't matter. The larger the bowl or the larger the scoop, the more that they ate. And I find this with myself, absolutely. I've got soup mugs that have the handle on the side, and whenever I use one of them, I'm going to eat more ice cream. So, the lesson learned to me is to use a coffee cup instead, or a small bowl. And the same thing goes for the size of your plates. So he talked about in one of the chapters about if you look for antique plates, that our dinner plates were the size of many serving platters. And this is something that I've been doing for quite a while, where I'll use more of the salad plate size plate, even for dinner. That way it just seems like there's more food, so it fools your mind. Again, eating by volume and by vision versus, our stomachs. The other thing that I thought was really interesting is that variety can really impact us, whether it's a variety by visual, by taste, or even just if we think that there's more of a variety. And what I mean by that is, for example, colored M&Ms. If people have 10 different colors of M&Ms versus 6 colors of M&Ms, they eat more. Even though they taste the same, it's that visual look of variety. And then if you're going by taste, our taste buds actually kind of get numbed to a taste. So we get kind of bored and numb to a taste if we're eating the same thing over and over. And I can attest to that. I'm doing a detox protocol, and I've been eating just fruits and vegetables, no grains, no starches, no sugars, and anything like that for 8 weeks now, and I'm getting bored. My taste buds are getting bored because I like the variety too. And so that's a very interesting concept, whether it's the amount of food variety that you're tasting, or even if you just think like a buffet. And he mentioned if you're going to a buffet, to make sure that you don't fill your plate with a bunch of different things, but just a couple items at a time, until your mouth kind of gets bored and you just end up eating less. So I thought that was interesting. But he always gives the re-engineering strategies at the end, which I really like. So to kind of recap those, since we do in America oftentimes bulk buy, the best thing that you can do is to repackage, and that means that you're going to put things into smaller boxes, freeze portions of it, whether it's cereal, snacks, anything like that. And I've noticed that with myself, that if I used a little snack Ziploc bags versus a larger sandwich bag, or even just a smaller container, I try not to use as many Ziploc bags for ecological reasons, but that you're going to eat less. And I have noticed that with carrots or different snacks that I have, especially higher fat ones. And then smaller bowls, like we talked about, definitely the smaller plates, and skinny glasses. Another thing that he mentioned is about being aware of leftovers. Now, I definitely am the type of person that believes in food planning, because if you have the food and you have leftovers to eat, I do believe that that's going to save on your impulse type of buying. But it is important, for example, instead of going back for seconds, if you've already, while you're fixing your plate, you go ahead and portion out the meals for your future lunches or things that you're going to freeze, then that's going to keep you from overeating. And again, that's just a conscious thing, that just because you make more, you do want leftovers, that's great, but make sure you're not eating more as well. So those are just a few of the strategies for this chapter. I definitely agree with all of them just from personal experience. I'd love to hear your comments though, if you've noticed any of these. If, for example, you got a Sam's Club membership and you found out that you were eating more, or you gained some weight because of all of the variety of snacks or treats, or just bulk buying in general. I'd love to hear from you. I will be coming back shortly with chapter 4, so if you're interested, definitely hit that subscribe and that notification button, and I look forward to hearing from you all, and I'll share some more secrets from mindless eating in the future. Bye.